It's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. Welcome to the members area. Today's Manflow Mini is another tutorial from Yoga Body Max program. This is the airplane squat. So you're going to learn how to do an airplane squat in this video to prepare you for Yoga Body if you're using that, or just do it on its own as your Manflow Mini for the day. If you've noticed, I'm also wearing sunglasses, and I'm telling you that wearing these because we are cleaning house. So we're going to have a 33% sale on all of our Manflow Yoga apparel. That means you can get 33% savings on our V-neck or on our tank top. And just use the code SPRING when you check out. The link is going to be below to purchase, or just head to manflowyoga.com/apparel. This is limited to members. I'm only telling you guys about it for now, but again, very limited quantities on this. We've got probably 10 to 15 maybe left in each size. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next Manflow Mini. So the airplane squat, we're going to start off in an airplane. And if you have trouble in airplane or balancing, feel free to use a block to help with balancing, or use a wall or whatever you need to help stabilize. So from the airplane position, and I'll just show you what the airplane squat looks like first. We're working on just bending the knee, bringing the hips back, keeping the back leg straight, getting to a considerable depth, and then pressing back up. And I want to make sure that my tailbone is reaching down here. So I want to make sure that as I'm doing this, I'm reaching the tailbone down, getting my core tight, and not allowing my back to arch. So the abs are tight, the lower abdominals are engaged. I'm starting off in that airplane technique, and I usually like to point the toes and the back foot. Now I've got the abs tight, I've got my right glute engaged, and this is a big thing to focus on, is this glute engagement. Because if you're just using your hamstring, you're going to bend and your knee's going to come in like this instead of keeping your hips squared toward the front. So make sure you keep that glute engaged. And then from here, we're just bending the knee a little bit. Notice that my knee isn't going way forward like this. I'm dropping the hip back instead and trying to keep my knee as far back as possible. And that way, when I'm here in this position, right, when I'm in the lower position of the squat, the weight is in my hip instead of in my knee. And then I'm from there just squeezing lightly back up, back into the airplane position. So some things to look out for if you're doing it incorrectly. So if you're doing it incorrectly, you're going to feel most of the weight in your thigh, right? So if you're doing it incorrectly, and let's say you're bending the knee and you're coming forward, way forward like this, and you feel like your heel's coming off the ground and the weight's in your toes, and most of the weight is in your quadricep, right in the front, or the front of the thigh, closer to the knee, that means you're not using your hips enough. So in order to fix that, instead of making your goal to go super low with this initially, right? So instead of thinking, I'm going to get way down here, right, or I'm going to get way close to the ground, just go much more shallow. So just work on getting your glute, feeling your glute tighten, right? So your outer hip and the back of your thigh, the back of your hips tighten. And then from there, with that same engagement, you can go lower. But again, avoid the knee coming forward. Second way you're going to know you're doing this wrong is if you feel pain in your back, right? So if we were to, instead of keeping the back neutral, start to arch the back, that would probably cause pain in your back. So if we were to do something like this, right? Notice how I'm arching my back a lot now instead of keeping the back neutral. Then that's another way that we would know that that airplane squat is wrong. We don't want to do that because that's going to cause lower back pain, discomfort during the exercise. It's also going to set you up for improper core engagement in the rest of the exercises.